I don't dwell on stuff that happened because I don't have time. I don't have time to sit there and have a pity party. I have things to do. I have children that need me. I can't do this. I can't.
The 10 million people in America watching this show right now are humbled in your presence. Mackenzie LeVar graduated as intervener for deaf-blind persons from the prestigious George Brown College in Canada and is top-notch in her field. So where are you, Mackenzie? How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Now, give us a few words about what intervener.
Who is that?
I don't want to be here.
She has makeup on.
I just felt that the triplets needed more time with an intervener, so we made a few phone calls.
He was nice guy.
Someone that
does.
One of the people that partners with the Dr. Phil Foundation on really important things is LowerMyBills.com. They were inspired by this story and have agreed to join us and donate $50,000 to cover the expense of Mackenzie working with the triplets for an additional year. Matt Coffin. Perkins School for the Blind, where Helen Keller actually studied, has offered to provide a very important one-week evaluation, which will include psychological and physical exams, to help find out each specific need of the triplets and work with the intervener, Mackenzie, to start preparing them for success. And you guys know who they are. And so we've made that arrangement for them to do that as well, so we can get very specific. We're going to send the two of you guys on a 7-day round trip to Hawaii. You doing okay?
I'm glad it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It really was what we lived. The show was what we experienced.
After the Dr. Phil show, having Mackenzie here as our first intervener has already made a huge difference in our lives. It gives Liz and I time to do things with Sarah that we didn't think we'd be able to do this soon. We've seen a huge difference in Zoe just from the time that she met Mackenzie until now. She's made great strides because it's truly one-on-one. Mackenzie's able to live life with her. She's presenting things to Zoe on Zoe's level.
We're the ones that provide anticipation, motivation, communication, and confirmation. We're also the bridge between them and their environment. With these girls, I will be doing one-on-one. So one child at a time. I come 8 o'clock in the morning and I would start from the very beginning. So this child coming out of their bedroom, taking a bath, doing some toilet training, brushing their teeth, trying to give them some life skills, things that they can do independently. So getting dressed, teaching them how to put their own clothes on, putting their shoes on, being organized, like it's always the underwear first and then the shirt and then the shoes, always being in the same sequence. So they will always remember what they need to do next. And then there's making food. Where does food come from? Most likely they do not know that. So going to the store, what do you want to buy today? Let's buy some milk, and bringing it back and maybe making pudding with the milk. So they realize that pudding is made with milk. Making their lunch together. I'm also working on doing the alphabet with them. So I'd be doing a book with sand. So it's tactile, so they can feel it. So doing the motions of an A and also having the Braille beside it. So when they want to read, eventually they'll get to the point where they can read Braille. With Zoe, just getting her to do things, she will hit herself when she's very, very frustrated. And that's her way of saying, I'm done, I don't want to do this, leave me alone. For an intervener, that would be our chance to say, how do you sign frustrated or mad? And giving them that, instead of hitting themselves, learning how to say, I don't want to do this, stop.
It's been really exciting to see our dream come true for Zoe. Because we knew what she needed, but just this last week has been confirmation that we're making the right choice for her. She's already learned a new sign.
You're thirsty? Want a drink? Yeah, you're thirsty. What do you want? Jump, jump, more.
She's already learned some life skills like how to get her snacks out and how to get her juice out in our home. She's already like walking to the front door and opening it and wanting to go outside. She's just starting to have a will of her own, and she's actually able to do things for herself. And I'm just astounded. I mean, Mackenzie has great instincts. She knows which things to concentrate on with Zoe. She won't let Zoe get away with anything. So, and I'm learning so much watching Mackenzie. I'm learning how to interact with my child just by watching Mackenzie work with Zoe. It's awesome. I think before the Dr. Phil show, I thought it was going to be a solution, that people were going to get it from this one show. But now I realize it's just the beginning of raising awareness for deafblindness. First, we just had to get out there, and I think that's what it did. People know about us, they know about our kids, and 8 million people heard the word deafblind and heard the word intervener, and that's the beginning.
But there will always be those for whom there is no easy fix. Those who will have to learn to live in a dark and silent world. For those, hope comes not in the shape of a pill or in the form of a new surgery, but through the love, kindness, and understanding of those willing to help.
Yeah, you take a trip to Rome, you can do all this planning, you know exactly what sites you're going to go see, who's picking you up from the airport and whatnot. And then all of a sudden the plane lands and you get off the plane and you're in Holland. And that's not where you had intended to go, right? You had all these great plans for, you know, in this case, the kid or whatever. Now you get off this plane and you're in Holland. And it's not that Holland's bad or compared to Rome, it's just different, right? And you adapt to it. You figure out the new sites you're going to go see. They're not going to be the same. You're not going to go see the Colosseum, but you're going to see something else, right? And maybe the windmills of Holland, maybe something. It's a different adventure that you're now on, but it's still an adventure, right? And that's kind of the best way I can say, best analogy that I can come up with to show you, what it's like having a special needs kid. It's different than being normal. It's okay. It's scary. But you'll overcome it and you'll get through it.
Families are really the ones that figure this out. They're the ones who know how to do it. They know their children the best. We have to listen to them. We have to support them and help them.
People, are getting it, that these kids are very bright children and that their parents are right, that they can learn and they want to learn. Because every parent I know has said that, and they're exactly right.
Most parents worry about their children's health, number one. And most kids that are deafblind are probably in somewhat medically fragile, too. And so you spend the first few years of their life trying to keep them alive, and then you worry about the other stuff later. And when it comes to deafblindness, you just do the best you can. Christian died in 2005. And I'm not going to stop because I know this is the right thing to do. I will continue to fight for the right of the deafblind until it's my last breath, and that is getting interveners for all that need them. And it's going to be a tough fight, but deafblind awareness, what they need, I'll continue to work toward that.
From the struggles of a mother trying to support her children alone to a family moving forward together, the story of the Hooker family is a story of endurance, hope, and of faith.
The way I see our life, my family in the future, I have huge dreams for my children. I want to see Emma and Zoe walk across the stage in high school and get their diploma and do it by themselves. I dream of the day that Zoe can touch Liz's face and know that that's her mother. That she can communicate a love for Liz that Liz can feel, and Liz can know that everything that we went through was worth it. Just, I didn't know this till they became my children, that I could love this much, that I could want to give them everything. And the fact that they have so much to to overcome in their life. That's so much more that